Okay, so I'm here in the Rogers Historical Museum. I'm going to check out a few of the displays here, but I'm on my way to Pea Ridge, so I'm not going to spend too much time here, but just there's a few displays I want to look at. One of them is this giant fish. A nice tractor. That's what tractors used to look like. But back here is the display on Stand Watie, also the Arkansas Territory. And this is some interesting information here. In 1813, Major William Lewis Lovely was named Indian agent to the Arkansas Cherokee. He bought land, including the northwest corner of the Arkansas Territory, from the Osage to serve as a buffer between the tribes. A treaty between the tribes in 1818 ended the conflict by giving the Cherokee rights to this land, known as Lovely's Purchase. This solved the difficulties between the Osage and the Cherokee, but white settlers resented the agreement and continued to move into the area despite protests from the Cherokee. And that's interesting. Here is the picture of John Jolly, who's one of my favorite guys of the Cherokee. Him and Christian Primber. So this is a statement from John Jolly, a quote from him. It may be said that the government could pay us for it, but we do not wish to sell any of our land. We have but little, and were promised it should be given to us here. And if we do not get it all, then our treaty, as well as the promises of our great father and secretary, would be broken. John Jolly was you could say, was a great intellect. A lot of the Cherokee leaders were great native intellects. Cherokees had great leadership among them. So here's the history of the statehood of Arkansas. It's interesting. I like this map, Pioneer Trails West. I've hiked the Santa Fe Trail, this whole trail, before. I've done parts of the Oregon Trail, and also I've hiked the Missouri River. And this trail, the upper road and parts of the lower road, I've hiked that all the way here, and I've hiked this whole coast before. I've hiked all the way across to Alabama, and I've hiked all this, and I'm going up here to go this way. There's a lot of trails. I've hiked this and this. Wow, I've hiked a lot of trails. So that's just Pioneer Trails West. The Trail of Tears has been one of the more informative trails, and one of the more interesting trails that I've hiked. So there's some history here about the old wire road, which is interesting. And then here is the display of This furniture maker used to make furniture for Stan Wadey. That's interesting. Stan Wadey was Buck Wadey's brother. Buck Wadey was known as Elias Boudinot. Elias Boudinot was the nephew of, I think, John Ridge, and he was assassinated in New Territory. And it wasn't just about pro-treaty and anti-treaty parties. It had a lot to do with Chief Doublehead's family, who were the old settlers